Welcome back. I sure hope everyone out there was all decompressed after that break, because I'm not sure if we were able to decompress after that absolute upset, unbelievable match. Enough about that, though. We have the fourth and final match coming up right now. Luminosity Gaming taking on Unemployment. Cookies, Luminosity, they're a great team, but let's talk about the fact that they're sitting in sixth right now after 2 games.
What are you jumping to conclusions or something?
No, hey, small sample size. I'm just saying we got to talk about it. You can't just ignore it.
Well, you're right. I guess we should just mail it in. They're in sixth, guys. It's over. But I will say this: Edward, my highlight player. I like Eddie a lot. Eddie's a funny guy. Luminosity has a really distinct style. Earlier today, when I was talking about Mr. Beast team, Reality TV, their game against Reality TV was just it was a hectic attempt. It was helter skelter. I really liked how they were trying to run is Glass considered off meta? I don't know. I think he's more meta now than ever. But anyway,
he's becoming.
It's besides the point. They're trying to run fun little ops, trying to do cool little stuff, get people involved, spread the football around. They're gonna have to do that today against an Unemployment team Bren, they're last. So you should be. You need to talk about them.
Yeah, it's forceful. It's been. I'll use the term uninspiring. The efforts that they've brought forth so far.
For 6 stages, yeah, for 6 stages, it's been uninspiring. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about this roster. This roster has come into a point where they haven't really been performing, and it seems to be a pattern. Last stage it was okay, they did all right, but they were still falling in the bottom half of Challenger League. I do have Tra as my highlight player because yesterday when we were watching them play, he seemed like the only player that was showing up in a big way versus Ariel. He was putting up some monster numbers, pulling up 4Ks, 3Ks left, right, and center, but he has no support. No one's really enabling him right now or backing him up after he gets taken out. I don't know. It's just this roster's just not been doing it recently for me. So, but I don't know.
Not to mention, it's not like they're suffering OT losses or 7-5s. This is a 7-3 and a 7-4 so far. I think there's a lot to do to get back onto the good graces of the analyst desk here. Cookies, Luminosity, despite their loss, I'd still say they're in our good graces.
Did I just get set up? Okay. You know what? Yes, I typed faf because there was an issue with the formatting of our document. That's besides the point. Okay.
That's literally what Cookies submitted.
That stuff above that is literally what Splash, Luminosity player, submitted to Twitter.
So you're plagiarizing?
Yes. Because I really couldn't come up with anything better because this is gold. Okay. He's really those are higher than fighting words. Those are altercation words. And you're playing a team in Unemployment. Splash, I'm talking to you. Are you listening? If you lose to Unemployment after tweeting this, and listen, I bet you we all voted LG. I bet. Even me. Usually I vote Unemployment just because. If they find a way to lose to Carnage B on live TV today after tweeting that, I fully expect clownage of biblical proportion. Nothing less.
That second critical point is already clownage of epic proportions. So
yes.
I hope you have something better for me. Forceful.
Well, I don't know if it's better, but I'm going to get cut right to the chase here. They need their entries to show up today. Their entries have been completely absent. I'm looking at Whitlock and I'm looking at Browse. Combined, they have a 15-32 record. Just put that in perspective. That's your 2 primary entry players, and they're going double negative. What is going on here? These 2 guys are not showing up in a big way. They're not helping their team. Their most impactful players on Sledge. He's not supposed to be entering, and yet he's got 1/3 of his team's entries. Something needs to change here. We need these 2 players to start showing up in a big way. Otherwise, this game's going to be wraps, especially against a team like LG. Everyone on LG can shoot. And then they need to find a way to win their attack halves. And I think that starts on the entry department. They have 3-12, I think, is their entry stats right now. They're just not doing anything on the entry department. They just keep getting picked off. It's hard to win rounds, especially on attack when you're playing a man down. They just need to tighten up.
Well, I hope they take a page from your book, Forceful, and don't pull any punches this match, because they're going to need all the firepower they can get. Cookies, is there any hope in the map veto? Something that they can do to pull out, I don't know, edge in their direction?
Your unemployment, you want to go to a map that's as boring as your play style. And let's see.
It was between Clubhouse and Villa, so
I respect the Villa. I will say like some of their more interesting results have been historically but LG's got a solid Villa themselves.
Mm-hmm.
LG's got a solid repertoire in our hearts and minds here as they dominate this prediction. This is unprecedented, guys. You think anyone's gonna change their vote here?
Nope.
I mean, I hope someone does. Maybe who's not here today? Can we get
Connor?
We'll
Connor,
change
he's not
Crows. Crows. We'll. Oh no, sorry.
You should change fellows, dude, because his is just unrecoverable.
It's Jonah. Where's Jonah? Get Jonah out of here.
Yeah, let's get Jonah down. Let's put Jonah.
I heard.
Okay, yeah.
I heard Harrison scream in my ear when I said that.
I'm down for this. It's like somewhere in the back of my mind, I feel like this is just gonna be the craziest unemployment game ever. Like they're just gonna.
Yeah. It has to be. There's no other option. Right now, they have to go big or stay at home. I don't know. They're probably all at their homes right now. But we're going to throw it to the match. Luminosity taking on unemployment. Let's hope Villa's the answer.
I'm going to make a statement here. Are you
switching?
Hold your breath. Rios goes huge. Karn goes huge. Unemployment, rub it in Splash's face. Unemployment win today.
You think so
That's all I'm gonna say.
it might not be
I'm gonna say.
that unemployment win. It might just be that LG get Levron affected.
Listen, I'm not saying that I have insider info
bold.
because I don't. But I got a good feeling.
You sir are bold. I respect it, but I don't respect it enough to switch my vote. I gotta stick with LG because I mean, if we even look at, again, I'm gonna bring up past history from last stage, of course, because I'm gonna do that. Unemployment were 1-1 on this map. They beat Nocturne 7-4, which was a pretty big deal. That was cool. And then they also lost 5-7 to Aqualix. On the other hand, they also banned it twice against Aerial Horizon One Shot. On the other hand, Luminosity never banned this map and are 3-0. They beat Aerial Horizon 7-4. They beat Viper 7-5. And guess who the third team they beat was?
Who?
It was Unemployment themselves.
So you're
7-4.
saying when unemployment win this, it will truly be an underdog story and victory of biblical proportions.
When? Yeah? You're locking it in right now.
Listen, Connor had to manifest a PB victory. We all have to pick our battles and fight sometime.
So this is your one
Harrison.
manifestation redemption is
Harrison,
this game.
Harrison, if there's anything you need to know about me, I've never seen a hill I wouldn't die on.
That's fair enough. You are a debate kid.
What can I say? What can I say?
It's in your blood. Speaking of, actually, I don't know how to segue that.
Let's get into
But anyway,
it.
we're on
That's my
Villa.
segue. Let's get into the game. Let's get right into the news.
Speaking of in your
aviator
blood,
games.
we're in Italy.
Am I Italian?
No,
I was about to
Connor
say,
is
'cause
though.
that'd be news to me.
Connor's
So-
Italian.
He is Italian. That is true.
His last name is Tappalonio.
Indeed. Well, let's
You guys
see.
can't see it, but I did the hand thing.
Let's see what LG have in store, Harrison, because I, for one, am thoroughly intrigued. We see Silent and Splash, the entries for Luminosity to counter Whitlock and Brios, who the desk talked about on unemployment. They'll be over by Master Bedroom. And Astro and Trophy looking on in, trying to catch one of these unemployment defenders off guard, but they shan't, Harrison. They shan't. Whitlock is at the
Wow.
back by the desk right now. Okay, he actually has no rotate into Astro. So let's hope he doesn't, or no rotate into Trophy. So let's hope he doesn't walk right in front of Eddie.
And Tra also does not have a crossfire with him, so they know. They
Well,
know.
I don't think this
They
is gonna
drone
work.
him out. There's one and there's two.
All
Tra
right,
and
well,
Whitlock. Dead immediately.
Can I switch back?
No,
Can I switch back?
you can't. The game started. You can't. That's against the rules. So Tron Whitlock off the board, thanks to Silent and Splash, the two guys that you just highlighted as LG's entry. And Whitlock, one half of the duo that the analyst has highlighted as being like, what were they, like quadruple negative on entry?
I think they were combined 15 and 32.
Ah,
I don't know if that was on entry,
double
but
negative.
still not good.
Yeah, it was 15-32 on entry. They are, oh, wait. No, that's literally impossible for them to be 15-32 on entry. So I guess, yeah, that's their combined stat line, I would have to assume.
Well, Harrison, they haven't been performing good either way. So whether it's kills or entries, it's not been great.
Yeah. That
And
point
it's not
still
and
stands.
it's not great here either.
Ooh.
Nice shot by Mikey though. Catches Silent on the elevated surface and gets the first kill for unemployment in this round. With a minute left, all they'll have to do, all right, well, Karn is dead. All Mikey and Brios have to do now is wait inside of the site. There's no study control left for the defense.
Oh.
As Mikey tries to get aggressive up long haul, the first bout of engagements doesn't work. See if he tries his hand a second time as Rice goes into the plant.
Now, Mikey does still have C4, but it'll go wide. Rice, solo on HP, but he lives, and he gets that plant down. Now a 4 versus 2 post plant. Brios gets one, but not the second. Splash, adequate coverage. Adequate coverage, so adequate, in fact, that it kills his teammate. Eddie's going to come in, though. Probably kill Mikey. No, Mikey falls off. He's just baiting it, looking for the fight, but Splash has backed off and is protecting his teammate. A big round for Splash. 3 kills for the Iana to open us up.
Well, I'm going to be honest, Harrison. If we're starting out our Villa defenses with the players extending into trophy statuary dying in the first 45 seconds, when normally you rotate off very quick, I'm not liking my chances. Hopefully unemployment, as they will try their hand a second time at Aviator Games. If they choose to push that far, they'll open up some rotate holes to move back through, or won't even push that far to begin with. Or maybe they'll try something completely different. After all, Whitlock is putting a shield on main stairs. He switched from the Thorn to the Alibi. Perhaps they'll be more focused on main stairs this go-around.
Was that a...
Yes, it was.
Was that a Monty Python reference?
Indeed, it was.
Wow. So it turns out...
I even did the correct, intonation of it.
You did. I was impressed. So, I am looking at our epic Challenger League stat sheet. So the team, unemployment as a whole, are currently 10 and 11 on the entry. Brios and Whitlock are a combined 4 and 5. So yeah, the 15 and 32 is their total KD. Their entry together is 4 and 5, which in the grand scheme of things is not terrible, but they're also 15 and 32.
Hey, Harrison, what's going on here?
I was not watching because I was looking at the stat sheet. Well, there's a Glass. They are in. Blitz is in. We know how much Eddie likes that character. Impact Grenade goes out, does a lot of damage, and he eventually dies to Mikey, as it looked like he may have turned away to face Bar, but Silent refrags with the Glass. Smoke Babe forcing the planter in. Splash lines up too with the R4C. Kix is completely separated from the team as Capitao, and Rice gets the last kill. So you asked, and I answered.
Are we sure it's too late to switch back?
Yes.
Are we sure? I know. Yeah, I know. I know what I picked.
Did Ferme say no?
No, he threw out the predictions on the screen.
Oh. Yeah.
Well,
that'll do
it hasn't been a great first 2 sets of rounds. There isn't really much to say beyond Luminosity just rushed into study window with a Glass on Overwatch and killed everyone. Well, the Glass didn't kill everyone, just Luminosity as a whole, I mean. Now
It got one.
It's true. They get one. Now unemployment will go not to trophy statuary, but to dining room and kitchen. I'm sure we will see an extension upstairs, as you can tell already. Few reinforcements being placed on that statue triple panel. How will Luminosity take this one, Harrison? Will they do the full clear like we saw in round 1, or a direct like we saw in round 2? And will they win it like both?
I feel like they'll probably go for a normal full clear. Also, side note from last round, I love how in a Glaz smoke study rush, Kicks as Capital was on the other side of the map.
I
just thought that was
I found
pretty
that
fun.
one interesting as well.
But he did get a kill and they did win the round, so you know,
Did.
no fault, no foul. That's not how it goes. No harm, no foul. That's
There
how
we
it
go.
goes. So it does turn out that Luminosity are going for the full clear. This is an interesting rappel. He'll have the barricade open for him. There's no one to find in Astro. At least not yet. Tra is there, but he is tucked all the way in the corner as Frost. He does have a rotate.
Let's
So,
go!
Perhaps unemployment like Tra more than they like Whitlock. Mikey is going to take the first bit of damage, I believe, from that rappel player, and he's down to below half HP already.
He'll have to back off. There is somebody over on study side right now. That is Eddie, who potentially might just crouch walk from Aviator Games to this side of the map with the rest of his team, but certainly players like Splash will be doing the majority of the work in the early round. He'll run on in the bathroom. Remember, there is Tra inside of Astro, but he has that rotate, and he'll back off in the trophy. Reposition, take another angle. Splash won't commit for the time being. They'll focus on opening up this triple panel, forcing the defenders to rotate off, get in uncomfortable positions. So that way, now that they're just sending it into Astro, these kills should be a lot easier to get. There goes one. The second, a little bit more elusive, despite Whitlock moving to 1 HP. He'll get the trade. Mikey will get the second, but still a 3v3.
Silent missing some crucial shots on the alibi actually directly results with Kix's death. So, a bit unfortunate. Mikey able to get away as well because Silent was holding passive. So, what should have been an LG advantage after the top floor clear ends up being even, and they lose their sledge. That means Rice has to go to work with the breaching charges to try and make Vert happen, and it's going to be severely limited compared to what you would have had if Eddie was still alive. They do seem to know about the player basement, but the drone does not go all the way downstairs to check. Instead, it stops at China where it's shot by Brios. That'll give the call to Splash to start moving down through, but is happy to just shoot the Goyo shield. Or sorry, not Goyo shield, Goyo pack. Karn somehow loses that to Silent, despite having a shotgun from 3 feet away, and now it's a 3v2.
One of the remaining players, Brios, never mind. Never mind. Luminosity take 3 rounds in a row as... Thought maybe they could use the angles they had at their disposal, the position they had, but no. Luminosity take 3 rounds in a row, and I'm honestly kind of shocked we're not getting... Never mind, we are getting attack timeout. There we go. I was like, are they not going to call it? But they do. Smart choice, because they do not look great.
Yeah, I was surprised Unemployment got the trades they did upstairs. Again, Silent missing some shots. Not necessarily any fault of his own, just didn't expect the alibi to be there and had a rough reaction to it. Mikey getting a kill of his own as well was really influential. It was 3v3. Things looked like it was gonna be decent for Unemployment with Karn sitting there on the doorway, but losing that fight with the shotgun, man, that was just unfortunate. Because now Silent gets into Memo, and your site players really start to feel the pressure. Had Karn won that, not only are the site players much more comfortable, they're not forced to rotate under that vert play that we saw Splash trying to do, but Splash might not even be up there to begin with. He probably has to rotate down to support Rice, and, Unemployment with man advantage and Toxic Babes still left in their pocket. Plus, Mikey still had a C4 as well. But, alas, it was not to be. So Luminosity, with a very strong start to the map, again, showing that they are a good Villa team. This core actually has always been a good Villa team, even back to the T3 days, and that trend continues into T2.
So you're saying when Unemployment win the next 7 rounds in a row, this will be very, very shocking.
Yeah. The next 7 in a row. With Mikey on 3, and then a combined 2 kills between the rest of the team.
Listen, every journey begins with a single step. Rome was not built in a day.
10 seconds remaining.
That's true.
5 seconds.
So just stay tuned. That's all I'm going to say. Stay tuned.
Attackers objective
I got
to
some
locate
confidence.
bomb and defuse
Plus, moving over to Trophy Statuary now, Harrison. Back to one of the primary bomb sites on Villa. They've had some time to talk things over, had time to simmer down any tensions, mollify any concerns. Now they know that Luminosity, when they're on this side of the map, they like their directs. They like taking things directly in from Master Bedroom. Unemployment should be able to have an answer for this. And sure, Eddie's on Astro Repel right now. Maybe Whitlock decides to get aggressive. They start hurling C4s out. Who knows? Throw some obstacles in their way.
Throw a wrench into the LG cogs.
Now you're picking up what I'm putting down.
I am indeed. Speaking of picking up, my disc will pick up that utility. EMP goes out next, disables the Aruni Gate and the ADS. Is very swift work of that shield. Well done to LG. Good utility play. I believe something just happened to the main wall. Oh, they blew something up, and they'll start opening it. There's the impact in response. Rice now left with one. Karn with no more impacts, and thus the wall will be forced open. Silent, pushed very far up, takes a bullet from Karn as Olmai retreats. Splash will join him in the little cubby. Burn the Aruni Gate. Make way for more utility to be sent the way of Mikey.
Got that C4, but right as he detonates the Goyo, Splash takes the fight. Takes a second, but Trock cuts him down from Astro Stairs. Fortunately, nobody watching. The Giannis caught completely off guard. That is Splash's first death of the game, by the way. Had not died up
I
until
didn't realize.
at any point. Right. Karn also taking down the Claymore and Luminosity. Bodies dropping like flies, but Karn swings the breach with the intent and the energy of a sloth. Eddie also moves on in, gets put down to 1 HP. Rios finishes him off, cuts down Rice as well. In a 1v1 with the Zofia only on 1 HP. No diffuser in hand either, and perhaps no intel. Not sure what's at Silent's disposal right now, but he'll move in behind the bomb chassis, maybe go for the plant, but no, moves into Trophy. Maybe gives the engagement to Brio, certainly gives intel to the Jaeger. He'll destroy it and decide and think for the time being. What should he do? He's got 40 seconds. He's got a drone in his pocket. Stuns as well. They'll send it into board, but it bounces back at him. Doesn't concuss him. But now, he doesn't have the intel he might have. A few seconds away, he'll fall off the plant. Rios playing it patiently. Doesn't want to overextend his hand. Silent might be on 1 HP, but let's not throw this one just yet. Moving a statue. Wait for Silent to fall off. The bomb goes down, but does Brios know? He's not aware. Silent's in a post play now, and he sees him!
What is he looking at?
What a sad turn of events, as just one singular bullet would have been the end of... I'm done.
You were
He
that
didn't- he
disappointed
didn't
you couldn't.
I mean,
Couldn't
he was 1 HP, Harrison.
He was in fact 1 HP, and Brios was playing incredibly scared. And I really don't know why. You hear the plant going down. You know the Zoe is out of utility from, hearing the launcher go out. And I was just about to say, this is what we needed to see from Brios. Him step up, get some kills, and turn the round in their favor. That was a really big two-piece he got in Trophy.
It was.
And then in the 1v1, just played. He really, and I'm not just saying this just to be mean, he looked scared.
He did.
A 1v1, time whittling away. He's not even trying to bait Silent off the plant. But
He was just
normally,
sitting at
right?
statue door.
Normally what you see from players, right, is like they'll kind of sprint in and fall off to try and bait them off the plant. He didn't even do that.
It
He
looked
did that
like
once and then backed off.
it looked like the only time Silent fell off the plant, it was of his own accord. Not even like
Yeah,
Brios
just a
was making him.
reposition. And then Brios tucks himself behind the bomb chassis to shoot a drone. Instead of just taking the fight, the guy's 1 HP. I don't.
I mean,
and you know where
maybe
he's
he doesn't
gotta
know.
be because the plant went down.
Maybe he didn't know Silent was 1 HP.
He should though, because you still see HP in comp settings. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
I'm like 99% certain that when you die, as long as you're not the last death, you still see HP when it does the zoom in.
Either way, not around victory for unemployment.
No, it was
go-
not.
Now go back to Aviator Games. Mikey already taking some early damage and an early death inside of Trophy Statuary. Man, on this site, Harrison, unemployment losing a lot of bodies over here. And I have to say, I have not seen defenders die there to anything except a nade. Very rarely. That is
Yeah.
not good at all for unemployment. I mean, that's not something
I
I have seen so consistently in years.
By the way, Silent is 4-0 on entry. The only entry that Unemployment have won was that kill that Mikey got on Eddie rushing in his blitz, which was immediately traded by, guess who? Silent on Glass. So Silent, I would say effectively, is 5-0 on entry right now, thanks to getting that instant trade on Glass, no less. Which I'm giving him extra points for that. So Silent has been a force to be reckoned with. He and Splash are both 7-1 now. There's a minute 10 left for Unemployment to try and string together a round win. Now without their only C4.
Minute left though. Selma
I like
burnt
the
by an
ace
ADS. Makes
I
way
like
for
that.
a nade. They haven't opened up Vault Wall Harrison. It's not open up yet. Rice also has no Selmas, so Tra can play inside of Vault for free. Got a nice crossfire with Whitlock. Brios down below goes off main stairs since no one pushed him in that area. Takes down Splash. Top
There we go.
performer for Luminosity. Already kind of was starting to use his nades, but he's gone now. Rice starts moving on in. Maybe they can make this work. Smoke canister goes off, but it appears that Rice doesn't care.
It
might have missed. Oh no! Both smoke canisters miss. The one that lands is a second too late. Trot takes him down, makes it a 3v3, but now Luminosity get the lead. Trot will work his way up towards the maps table. One player falls off, and now he's the only one left.
Silent.
Got a player on the balcony. Great pre-fire. Almost a great finisher.
Oh,
No one in the
1
lobby
HP.
beyond one bullet away from death. He knows that the one player's outside a skull. The nade lands at his feet. He's got to commit, and Eddie finishes him with the pistol. 5-0 for LG.
And very quietly, because we didn't see any of them except for the first one, Silent got a 3K that round, just sitting in 90. LG, what I love about that attack is LG had everything covered. Literally everything, except for Splash dying on red. That was the one blemish. Otherwise, they know well enough that the only utility that they have to try and deny plant was the smoke babes. And as soon as those started missing, Luminosity knew they had that bomb down. Eddie was the only one who needed to cover because he's planting risk. Rice is planting risk, and with the toxic babes missing like that, that means no defender is able to walk up on the planter lest they take team damage from the smokes. So Rice gets the plant down for free. Eddie backs up. Sure, Rice dies in sight, but at that point, who cares? He did his job. Silence covering 90. Kix is covering Study. You literally don't need anything else. And I'm sure they had drones below.
10 seconds to go.
That just no one happened to be watching because all 5 of them were still up when Splash died. So Luminosity covering every single one of their bases.
And defuse a bomb.
And I mean, that's pretty much been the story every single round so far. It's 5-0. I mean, I don't want to curse it, obviously, but if we see the first 7-0 of Stage 3 on Playday 2, I would be astounded. Sorry, this isn't Playday 2. This is Playday 3.
So you're saying when Unemployment...
Yeah, win the next 7 rounds in a row and take 3 points.
Who knows what could happen?
That's true.
Karn, sadly,
Anything could happen.
one of our top performers from yesterday, actually. I think it was like 11-7 or something like that on Hard Reach.
Yes, he was. He was second frag, I guess we could call it.
Well, he's 0-5 right now, unfortunately, so hopefully maybe when they switch to the attack, you'll meet a better fate there. Luminosity more concerned with the first floor at the moment as opposed to the second, and
Uh-oh. Okay.
I was about to say something bad just happened, but the wall
Thank
opened
God.
up, and I got very scared as well. It was nerve-wracking.
Well, there still seems... I think it's... Oh. All right.
Oh!
Well, that just happened. Tra delivers Silent. His first entry death of the game. Congratulations to Tra. And, well, it's 5v4 now. Unemployment have a man advantage. Mikey is lit up, but he's got a C4, so he can play passive if he wants, but instead he'll stick upstairs with his teammate. Impact trick successful on the Selma for Tra, and he's still got one more. And Rice only has one Selma, and that's all the hard breach that the attack has left. And I'm sure Rice is now thinking to himself, hey, they're impact tricking this. I I can't
Where?
breach. What do we do now? Splash, though, refrags Brios. Now Eddie's coming through the basement. Rice is also in the basement, and it looks like LG are cooking something up.
I think they got bored of clearing that second floor, so they have decreed they'll just go bottom up.
Let's switch it up, boys.
Yeah, and take the defense down that way. Splash also watching Memo right now, but can watch the bottom of red stairs, see if anybody rotates down. Eddie just
This guy is
storms
just
on in. Yeah, and there's somebody on the bomb chassis, somebody on brown stairs. Probably not the best decision by Eddie. I know you got confidence, but let's not get too egotistical right now. Karn does fall. The splash inside of Memo. Luminosity still take the lead. Mikey and Tra, remaining 2 left. Mikey, 1 HP. Tra, full HP, but stuck in laundry. No way out for him, just an angle looking at the Memo door. There we go, Mikey. Catches kicks off guard. Rice answers back 1 for 1, and Tra still stuck in the laundry room. He's got info on the planter, but can he get out? There's Goyo fire in his way. No other way out. It goes match point for LG Harrison. Now, if they win the next 6 rounds in a row, they'll secure themselves 1 point. But even I must admit, it's a large hill they'll have to climb.
It's a far cry. Yeah. So great start. Or, well, actually, mid start for LG, losing Silent and then the impact trick. But while, it may have been a bit of overconfidence, the play from Splash to, the play from Eddie to simply walk into sight, what I love about it is that even though he died to the guy pushing down Astro, it was still a coordinated effort. Because as Eddie walked in, right, he's distracting the guy behind bomb chassis. Karn is now hiding, trying to cover himself while Whitlock gets the flank off. And while that's happening, LG are pushing up through pantry, right? We saw as soon as Eddie died and we switched to Karn's POV, there were 2 blue silhouettes inside dining. And from there, they get deeper in the site. They kill the anchors. And they end up winning the round by just keeping those roamers at bay. Splash's position inside Bike ended up being instrumental. So even though Eddie died immediately, I do really like the play from LG. Again, they have shown incredible adaptability in this game so far, where they've needed it, because let's be honest, they haven't really needed it a lot. And like you said, they lead 6-0, and I just don't think Unemployment are gonna win this game.
Well, they sadly miss an opportunity for an early 4v5. Splash hops out, doesn't die. Tra also, unfortunately, doesn't kill a player. Crossing, that was a pretty long and short rotation.
That is a tough shot to hit.
Yeah, long angle, short rotation, I mean, so not his fault. Kicks should probably get away from even the best of players in that position. Still a 5v5. Luminosity holding very aggressively, Harrison, on this part of the map. 3 players on an AVG defense in trophy statuary, and by golly, based on the pace of this game, I think they might just win it.
And they have, they have no idea the
they didn't
alibi is
drone
here,
him.
so he'll get 1 freebie, but he'll be immediately traded out. Silent dead as well, so it's not all bad for Unemployment, right? Bit of a misdrone mishap, but they do get a couple bodies back in the process and end up with the man advantage. That's the important thing here. They trade each other out. So, Unemployment lead now in a 4 versus 2 as Eddie tries to retake in through 90 unwisely as Mikey cuts him down. Now Kicks and Rice are all that's left, and Unemployment might be about to shut down the 7-0 dream.
We'll have to wait longer for the first 7-0. Unemployment continue on the pace they are. Tag up Mikey or somebody a little bit. And unfortunately, Rice falls. All we have is Kicks left. This is looking like Unemployment. Yeah, they will get their first round if all they can do is finish off Kicks. And there we go, Harrison. This is where it begins.
Yeah?
Let's talk about that round, okay? LG are overconfident.
Yeah, they need to show a little hubris.
LG, no, hubris is what they are showing. They need to show a little humility.
Oh, yeah, good point.
They need to be humble. 3-man extension in the trophy statuary. I mean, come on, guys.
Need anti-hubris.
I know they put reinforcements over there. I know they put a bunch of utility over there. I know Unemployment misdroned them.
What is the what am I trying to think of?
I don't know. I'm not in your head.
What's the adjective form of hubris?
hubridity.
Oh, hubristic.
I just made that up.
So wait, if it's hubristic, does that
Oh,
mean the,
hubristic.
right? Does that mean that like the descriptive form would be hubristicity?
10 seconds to go.
I don't know. You know what I do know
Anyway, I got distracted.
So
Mikey's
unemployment,
glass.
unemployment has
Oh my
picked
God, a
glass
sense?
and sends. I'm actually
Holy
quite
crap!
excited to see where this goes.
Why would you have Tra play sense though? I feel like now you're just like kind of disabling him because that gun sucks.
The gun isn't great, but the light screens can be good, especially if you have a glass on the board. Plus, once
Yeah,
Tra
I
throws
guess.
those down, all he has to do is worry about kills. My worry, though, is, are you really going to bet match point on a potential rush?
Yeah,
All right.
you gotta get crazy with it. And Splash, who just tried to do that, will get cut down by Whitlock.
That's
So
on him,
another
really.
opening pick.
No need
The
to do
entry
that.
differential for the Whitlock Brios combo gets a little bit better. Smokes
Indeed.
go out to cover Mikey. He's clearing study, making sure there's no one here, and there is not. You can hear the projectors going out as well, but Kicks kills Tra. Whitlock pushes up to refrag, but now you've lost your sense. Mikey gets another with the glass, though. And it's a man advantage here for unemployment. Silent can't land the shots behind Risk. He needs Eddie to come back now.
Drop the diffuser.
Oh, and just sitting outside of Skull. There he goes. Silent in the sight. And he's dead. I gotta say, Harrison, if you take everything after Splash threw his life away, not a bad execute by unemployment. They throw down the smokes to let Mikey sit on study window and hold the angles, throw in the light screens to get the entry onto maps, and Whitlock as well, able to work his way into study and catch a few of those defenders off guard. I was a little worried that on 6-1, they were going to bet it on a very quick execute. But they're able to block off enough sight lines and take down enough players inside of the site. And again, aided by Splash, getting a little too aggressive early on. All right. I still need to see more. But maybe they actually have something here.
Attackers have located a
Perhaps.
Maybe they do have 4 rounds in a row.
Yeah. We'll see about that. We'll see if LG's hubrisicity catches up with them. Actually, I'm going to look that up. I'm going to confirm whether or not that's hubrisicity.
Well, while you do that,
5 seconds left.
No.
let's talk about the game.
Attackers are
Dining Kitchen.
Not a
Is
word.
what could be Luminosity's final site. They tried Aviator games twice, didn't win it either time, which is a solid tally in unemployment's column.
What did you just say? Oh, tally. Okay. Sorry.
Solid point in unemployment's
No,
column?
I didn't hear the L. I thought you said Towie. And I was like Taoism?
No. I did not say
Yeah.
that.
Don't worry.
Anyway.
I understand.
You're distracted me.
Sorry.
The point I'm making, it's Dining Kitchen. Luminosity have struggled in Aviator games. Unemployment going up for a direct. If they're able to get the opening pick, which they've been able to do 2 times in a row now, create an opening on this roam, now that they've also evaded the C4, could work out for unemployment. They've also got an OSA for the plant later on. A lot of good utility to look at as well.
I do like the pulse from Eddie. Again, I've said this before. LG, I feel like, are the only team nowadays that consistently run pulse. Wow. I would be really, really sad if I was Whitlock right now.
Good thing you're not.
I'm sad for him.
Well, they don't win the
I don't
opening duel.
empathize often, but I do now.
They don't win the opening duel, sadly. Eddie still has a C4 in pocket as well and can use this heartbeat scanner to relay intel to the rest of his team. So anybody from unemployment walking into that bathroom especially, got to be careful.
Oh,
Brio, sadly,
no.
was not. A slow death appears to be on the menu for us in round 10, as unemployment lose Whitlock and lose Brios. and are losing the war against time right now. 55 seconds left. They barely made it out of bathroom, but Mikey makes his way into sight. Doesn't find anything. No opportunity for a kill goes his way. He'll set up the OSA shield, which will likely be the recipient of a couple impact grenades soon, Harrison.
Yeah, and right on cue, whipped at Mikey's face, and he'll have to back off and recover diffuser. Right around the corner from Tra is Rice, and he loses the pre-fire duel. Carnage B gets one back onto Silent. Still a 4 versus 2. Mikey will try to plant with literally no cover from his teammates, so they just rush on in. Karn dies. Mikey trades.
Still alive.
But now he's 1 HP, and he dies to the hatch. So, this is the way unemployment ends. Not with a bang, but with a whimper, Carter.
Yeah.
And LG take the match 7-2.
Yeah. Have to go another week looking for a job, sadly. Another week with no wins, no progress, but no 7-0 at least. Could at least be
they had
happy
two
about
wins.
that. And to be fair, even if unemployment were having a better stage so far, this would have still been a tough game to win for them. So while they do lose, and they do lose 7-2, and it didn't look like a great game from them, hey, this was the result a lot of us expected. Even though I was really hoping I could, like, I don't know, get some, like, Twitter highlight and be like, I got unemployment, I won. I didn't.
No.
I
I
didn't.
don't think there was no recovering after the 100% pick rate on who lost that we picked. Dude, I don't even remember anymore. Who was it that just got upset?
One
Oh,
shot?
the 100% one shot that people switched. But anyway, yeah, that was LG.
That was LG versus unemployment.
That was everything we thought it would be. I can't say it was more, because it wasn't. Unemployment only won 2 rounds. It would have been more if they got 7-0'd, because 7-0s are always cool. But yeah, that was pretty much as expected. So that's it for Carter and I tonight. Thank you, John, as well, for casting earlier. That was our last game. But before we close out the stream, of course, we have to go back to the desk to chew on this.
This I love how Carter tried to save face there, like, oh, this is what we all thought would happen. I just did the vote for, no, you gotta stick by it. You voted, you thought that unemployment would win, but here we are in the situation that the rest of us knew would happen. I feel like we should give Jonah his points back, by the way.
I feel like that was just dirty what we did to him.
Yeah. But Cookies, up until they trolled those 2 not trolled, got a little bit silly. This was a clinical performance from Luminosity. I don't even know on a good day if there was something that unemployment could have done about this team.
I'm actually going to piggyback off the point, those rounds you called troll from LG. I actually wish Arn's team, unemployment, Rainbow Six Siege would play like that a little bit at this point. I wish they would just show an inkling of just passion or intensity. The amount of time
They
LG
did up the swagger in those 2 rounds. They did.
LG like planted, uncontested, and like 4v4s. There's just no passion. There's no direction. There's no, and it's really inexplicable because the team unemployment is talented. There's good players. People said Bryos.
I think
It's
it's
Bolo Jr.
explicable.
Go ahead first, because you are the best at the unemployment rambles. I'd love to hear this.
At this point, I think unemployment is a tier 4 team masquerading as a tier 2 team. Like, I don't see anything that they're doing right now that is being considered, good Siege at this competitive level. We saw last stage, and the stage before that, and the stage before that, and the stage before that, and the stage before that. This is the 6th stage where they're not playing the meta, they're not competitive, they're not doing what they need to do. I know what needs to happen to this team. It needs to implode, and they need to bring on a new roster. I don't know. It's just not been good Siege, and it's not entertaining to watch. Like, I don't know. It was just like, it looked like a hot knife through butter. The first 5 rounds of LG, or 6 rounds of LG, like, they just were clinical every single round after round. They're just like, that guy's dead, and then that guy's dead, and then that guy's dead, and then that. It was just, it wasn't competitive. It wasn't a competitive siege. It was watching the, the 92 Dream Team versus, the Timbits League in Canada. Like, it just wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Well, what we need to do is spin it more on a positive note. What we're going to do is talk to Wafer, ask him a few questions. Hopefully he has some information, because that was a short-lived experience. Wafer, huge win from your team today, 7-2. Is this kind of a statement match that you guys needed after your loss yesterday?
Well, yeah, I will say yes, definitely. Yesterday they humbled us, so yeah. Yesterday I think we had the runs, but like we definitely throw. I think we were like 3-0 on the first round attacks, something like that. 3-1, I'm sorry. We just throw. So well, yeah, the guys eat like a huge stock from me after that match. So yeah, I think we fixed the issues.
So was speed and aggression the name of the game today? Because it seemed like on your attacks, there was just they couldn't gather themselves. You guys were not allowing any time for anything to be kind of countered against you.
I think the guys were doing everything that it was needed. Also, my advice for deployment is to change the strats. They were doing the same strats as stage 1, so we had the little information from there. So we can speed up. The drone war today was actually pretty good, so I think we did a solid attacks.
Now, I did ask this question in my previous interview, but I'll ask you as well. Are the overall year standings something you guys are focused on right now, sitting in a playoff position, or are you guys just worried about how you do each and every game?
I mean, to be honest, I don't even know the format of the finals. But I guess if you get first place, you're gonna have like in the finals waiting, or something like that. Of course, we would like to end up on first place, but like we're going from stage, we just want results on this stage. From there, we'll have results on the overall,
Well, congratulations again on the big comeback win, and good luck the rest of the stage.
Thanks, sir. Have a good one.
You too. Okay, it's about that time now, Cookies, where we have to wrap up the day. What were your thoughts today? Because we had, I guess, like almost every type of match that you could have. We had